This is the 2025 Mercedes Benz GLA 250. What do you get for a sticker price of $50,250? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today we're back at Mercedes Benz of Shreveport. We're going to go over this sterling blue metallic GLA 250 and give you all the details. If you want to know more about it, maybe come in and buy it or something else they have in inventory here at the dealership, check out the link down in the description of the video. And we'll start off here talking about the AMG night package that this model has. That's going to include quite a few different things, starting here on the front end with the diamond block grille. It gives it that classic Mercedes-Benz look. I really like that. It doesn't really look like anything else in the industry. Nice to see that set apart. Also, some of this gloss black finish we're going to see. What do you think about that being down there? I don't know that that's the best place for that. It should probably be more of a matte black finish, but that's just the way it is. Now we will have our nice large Mercedes-Benz logo right here and all of the trim. I think we have a nice balance with chrome and some gloss black here. It's just placement because the lower it is on the body, the more likely it is to pick up road debris, rocks, chips, and things like that that come from the rocks. What about our lighting? LED lighting with our headlights, LED headlights. We're also going to have our daytime running lights there. We'll have LED taillights on the rear and also another Mercedes-Benz logo right here on the hood. One thing that's interesting is Mercedes-Benz is one of the very few brands that still has a hood ornament, such as what we see on the S-Class Maybach over here. Do you think that should be available here? Tell me what you think about that. I know a lot of people are probably worried that somebody might come along and steal that and break it off. So I can't say I'd blame you if that was the case. And tire and wheel setup here. We're going to have 235 on the width, a 50 series sidewall. These are going to be the 19-inch wheels. A very nice wheel with the combination of the silver and the gloss black. And when we work our way up here to our side view mirrors, again, we'll have those gloss black mirror caps, turn signal indicators built in. Work our way around to this side. They're going to be power adjustable, and they're also going to be power folding. When you lock the vehicle, they will fold in, and I'll show you that in just a little bit. I do want to show you the remote right there, or the key fob as some people like to call it. Pretty simple, pretty easy to figure out. Lock, unlock. You've got all of your other features. Panic button if you panic right there, and then you can open and close the power tailgate. That's right, you have a power tailgate on this particular model. And we'll have a combination on the door handles of some chrome and the body color down here on the bottom area. So we're going to have a nice balance there. Really looks good. And the roof line accentuated by the roof rails. We also have the front and rear sunroofs, or the moonroof in the rear as it's typically known. And I really like the design with the rear roof spoiler. It looks good, it looks sporty. That's also functional because it allows air to flow over the rear window when the vehicle is in motion. That helps to keep the rear window clean. But if it happens to get dirty, then you can use the rear window wiper. And we finish things off here with our GLA 250 logo. The Mercedes-Benz logo is also there. Also those nice bright LED tail lights. And two things to show you with the side view mirrors at the same time. Power folding, and let's make sure that they fold in for you. There we go. And you can see that turn signal indicator blinking right there. See all that in action since we didn't show it to you earlier. Under the hood is going to be the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. It makes 221 horsepower and 258 pounds-feet of torque. All of that's going to be mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. And we'll work our way over here because there's a couple of things that we can tell you about and show you. First of all, how about the MPGs? Here's what we're going to have. 25 city, 34 highway, 28 combined, and 3.6 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. Speaking of gas, how about your gas tank? Well, you don't have capless fuel fill, so if you like having a gas cap, that's good. That's an advantage right there. When you fill up, you have a 13.5 gallon gas tank. Let's talk about gaining access to your rear cargo area. You know you can do that with the remote. There's a button on the interior. There's also a button right here. Or if you want to be lazy, or I don't know if it's being lazy or not so much, but just take the easiest route possible, you can use the hands-free feature. And we have the seats folded down so you can see what everything looks like maximized. That cargo cover is easily removable. And we're looking at 15.4 up to 50.5 cubic feet worth of cargo capacity. I am surprised that the cargo lighting back here isn't LED, but not necessarily the end of the world. It seems to be nice and bright. And over there on the left-hand side is a 12-volt power outlet. So if you need to take advantage of that, you need to power something, you can do that. Very easy to deal with. Also, wanted to show you what's under the floor right here. There you go. You can see what else is under there. The only thing missing here is a spare tire. And if you're looking for an interior color that maybe is a little different, the brown MB text that we have here looks really nice. I think that's something that I could actually go for. I don't like a black interior personally. If you have solid black, for me, that just doesn't work. And I know some of you are gonna say, nah, for me, Tom, that's 2 thumbs up. But let's see if you get 2 thumbs up based on what your passengers are gonna find in the back seat area back here, starting with the door panel over there. Let's take a look at the armrest, as there is a lot of space there, nice and flat, and I like the lack of any kind of a gloss black material, any kind of piano black finish. And nice large door bins right here, quite a bit of space in there. It's a lot deeper than it probably looks on video, and you can see that we have a little bit of ambient lighting on the door panels as well. As we work our way into the interior here, on the back seats, we're going to have the rear seat nets, not really rear seat pockets. That's more of a net material than anything else. And up here, we'll find something that can be useful. There's a button right there you can push and fold down the seat and create a pass-through. You can still have your rear seat passengers comfortably sitting back here, 2 of them. But if they need to gain access to something in the rear cargo area, or just have something that comes through here because it's too long to fit otherwise, well, there's a nice convenient option right there. And let's take a look at what we have right here. Couple of USB options. I know everybody's looking for those. We also have the rear air conditioning vents, and hopefully we can do a good job of showing you. I told you about our front and rear sunroofs right here. We have this one right here that does a nice job of giving the passengers an opportunity to see what's going on around them. Also, you have the power shade that can be drawn forward whenever so desired. We also have the front sunroof. So nice and large, definitely larger than conventional size, that's for sure. And again, you have that shade. And also right here, we have the oh crap handles. So if anybody wants to drop the hammer on that 2-liter 4-cylinder and somebody's scared of driving a little fast, well, they can grab up there and say, oh crap. All right, here we are in what I think is the main area of attraction for those who are watching, because you're probably going to spend all of your time right here. So we're going to hit the button. I'm not going to start the engine, but I am going to turn the ignition on so that we can see everything that we have here. And you can already see, and we'll turn that air off, plenty of ambient lighting throughout the entirety of the front seat. Definitely a lot more than we had in the rear seat area. Even you have this little area right here above the glove box. So that kind of helps things to stand out a little bit. In fact, speaking of the glove box, there you go. In fact, today it's a rag box, not a glove box. I never find gloves in there anyway. And as far as the door panel goes, I'll let Austin show you what's over on his side. We have all the controls for the power seats. And you also have seat memory over there, which is nice to have. Something that I think if you have it on the driver's side, you should also have it on the passenger side. And a little bit more space with the armrest and the door bin down there. Nothing unusual, but that's what we have. Very comfortable seats, by the way. Always a good thing. And let me grab the camera from Austin real quick, and we're going to move over here so I can show you what's going on the driver's side. And once again, we're going to have all of our seat memory right here and the controls for the seats. If you haven't noticed before, it's in the shape of a seat. So now that you've seen it, you'll never be able to unsee it. Here's everything for your side view mirrors and your power windows. If you want to lock the windows and keep everybody from being able to roll them down except you, there's the button you push for that. And everything here for your headlights. This is your power parking brake right here. And you can see some of the other features there as well. Now, it's kind of hard to tell, but right underneath, maybe you can see it right there. That lever right there, when you drop it down like I just did, allows you to adjust the tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. Very easy to adjust that, but that's not all we have here. I do like the 3-spoke setup here. It just looks right instead of having just the 2 spokes up here. We have the 3rd down here. It just seems to work. Also, the shifter paddles. If you're feeling sporty and you want to work your way through the 8-speed automatic transmission, you can do that. And right here, we control the turn signals. Some of you know how to do that and some of you don't. And we also control the windshield wipers there as well. Shifter is going to be over here on the right-hand side in a conventional position. And the 10.25-inch digital instrument cluster. If you say to yourself, you know what, I don't like the way that looks. I want a sporty look. There's how you do that. And all I did was push the home button right there and then just scroll my way across to whatever it is I want to see. So if we want to change that, we can, depending on what information we want up there. Pretty easy to deal with. You can also hit the back button right there. It's super easy to figure all of this out. Very self-explanatory. I think you know what else is here. And you can control the center screen with the controls right up here. The same thing. So I can push the home button and it will go there. So I'm going to let Austin grab the camera back real quick and we'll move on to the other 10.25-inch screen, which is the touch screen up here. Nice and simple, but packed full of great technology. You can see everything you have here. Phone, wireless capabilities for pairing your smartphone. All the great features you come to expect are going to be there. Everything for your radio, apps, comfort, info, and settings. Let's go in and look at a couple of these. We'll go into comfort right here. Not a ridiculous amount going on here as far as this model goes at this price point, but if you want to take advantage of some of the different settings here and different things you can do as far as changing the position and all that kind of stuff, you can do that right here. Easy to figure out. Like I say, the hunt and peck method will do you very well. Now, I do want to go right here to ambient lighting. Let's look at a couple of things. First of all, if it's not bright enough for you, well, you can max that out here very easily, or you can drop it all the way down. Let's see how much of a difference there is. You can basically turn it off if you want to at 0, and then we'll go up just a little bit, get a little bit more there. The thing I like here is it doesn't seem to be an overload even in its brightest setting, so that's always a good thing. And your effects, depending on what you want to do, we'll get that out of the way. You can go in here and turn different things on and off. And what about colors? You have a total of 64 different colors. Now, you do have the multi-colors option here if you want to do that. We'll try and let you see how a couple of these look. So if you want something more than just a solid color, you have that option here. Nice to have so many different things to choose from. But as far as the solid colors, monochrome is what it's called actually, we have 64 different colors. And you can see a few of these. I'll just work my way through some of those and let you see a couple of them. We're not going to do all 64, that's for sure. But you can see the green right there. And I'm going to work my way all the way to the end here so you can see right there. See that 64 so that nobody says, that's not true. There's not 64 colors. I could hear somebody saying that down in the comment section. And yes, it does happen. And yes, that's how their voices sound every single time. What about info? Now, I'm not going to be able to show you a lot here as far as actual numbers being on the screen because the engine isn't running. But you can see some of the options that are here. We'll go to vehicle right there. I like the graphics. It's not just numbers on the screen. The graphics are actually really nice and very crisp. So that's always good to have. And then we'll go back here. We're going to get that right there. And we'll go back here. And I'm going to hit the button right here so we can take a look at the rear view camera. Now, that's the only camera you have on this particular model, but you can see that you can widen that if you want to. Nice to see what's here. So there we go with that. And you can see our air conditioning vents down here. I like that they're not just square. Those round air conditioning vents seem to fit the GLA 250 really well for some reason, at least in my opinion. You have physical controls right here. I like that. Good for Mercedes Benz to have those physical controls right there. We're also going to have space down here, wireless charging pad, all of that's going to be here. A USB port right there. And also another 12 volt. And here are your cup holders. I think that's conveniently placed right there if you want to take advantage of those. And we can also change the volume of the radio right there. A little bit of space here for whatever will fit. Storage. And I'm going to hit the button right here to open the bomb bay doors. Very common with Mercedes Benz vehicles, and a reasonable amount of space in there. Put my hand down there so you can see it actually is fairly deep. So that's a good thing. And there's also a couple of USB ports right there. And as far as our upper console goes, up here, you can see some of the controls and the switches that you can use depending on what you need to do. I probably don't need to tell you too much about that because it's pretty simple. And if your question that we haven't maybe answered in the video yet is what about the projection of the Mercedes-Benz logo? Well, there's the answer down there on the floor here in the showroom at the dealership. I hope that shows up well on video, but you can see that it's there. It's obviously going to be on both sides. So tell me what you think about the 2025 Mercedes-Benz GLA 250 and what you ultimately get for a sticker price of $50,250. I do want to say a special thanks to our friends here at the dealership for loaning us this model for the day so we could tell you all about it and be in the showroom while it rains outside and still bring you some more content. I also want to thank all of you for being kind enough to take the time to watch and give us the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. That helps us out a lot. Make sure to subscribe and share this video on your timelines on social media so other people can see it. And if you'd like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and we'll see you there.